I say, here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it with no problem. I got an offer. I got the dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars. Let them have it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it.
Hello, everyone, and good morning on this bright and beautiful Monday morning. How's everybody doing today? First in the chat to get that pie point today is Papa Smurf. Hello, good morning, and welcome, everyone. Pammy, hello, good morning. I hope y'all enjoyed the little new countdown intro. Good morning. Looking forward to the new show format. A reminder. Yes, this week, this Friday, is actually the first. No, the Saturday is the first. So this Friday is the last day to earn any pie points. So if you're first in the chat, or you go and make a comment in any of the live shows that go up, or any of the pre-recordeds, you do get a pie point, and you have to be in the show come next Monday morning, because that's when the actual drawing will be to win a box of 24 count moon pies. Passports and piece of pie. How you doing this morning, Kate? Donna F, hello, good morning and welcome. There's Philly Flipper, hello, Paul, good morning and welcome. Bemos, hello, and welcome. Misha Renee, hello. Horizon Picks, hello. Let's see, the chat just flew on me here. Horizon Picks, everybody saying good morning. The Flipping Sports Guy, how are you doing today, Paul? Good to see you. Love the intro. Well, thank you, Donna. Good morning, Marion. I'm sorry. Carolina Lady, hello, good morning. Everybody's saying good morning. I love pop her head out of her room just now and said hello. Okay. Miss Barbara, hello, good morning and welcome. Yes, today is April's birthday. If y'all see her, let her know and tell her happy birthday. Adam Hartman Made, good morning, hello, and welcome. Everybody else is saying good morning. So far today, I have gotten a lot done. Hello, Crystal, good morning and welcome. We're getting oil today. They just finished filling the oil tank. The furnace oil, whatever you call that thing down here. Anywho. Yes, this morning I wanted getting all my orders packed. I got, I did a video. There was people asking for me to do a video on the eBay stores that I bought. And I actually started doing 18 drafts ready for this morning. I have a total of 40 done. And yesterday I did my first listing live with Jeff yesterday. And I was actually able to, believe it or not, get 3 listings done yesterday, which I was amazed. I didn't think I could even get that much. Paul's in the chat. Did you get demoted already? Well, we're just having some changes here, Mr. Paul. So what I'm going to be doing is basically the new show format I wanted to go back to, similar to, is I will be changing some of the formats for the morning show when it comes to wanting to promote channels. When I first started actually doing the lives, I actually started in the evening, and I used to have a guest every day, or if not a guest, maybe up to 2 guests, and basically showcase someone who has either just started or just started with YouTube and had some general questions and that kind of thing. And so I will be putting the link in a little early as usual, before usually, for anybody who can come in, anybody who wants to come in. There is nothing about, you forcing anyone coming in and have to be on here. It's up to you. It's your choice. And again, if you do decide you want to come in, you do not have to have your camera on. Just remember that if you're on, you do have to come in with your camera, but once you go on, you can turn it off. That way you're not actually with your camera on. But today I do want to do a little bit of something first. We do have at least 20 people, and I'll probably wait a little bit, because I noticed this weekend when I was in different chats, I've been trying to go into more chats to see how things are going, and in other rooms and things like that. Well, this weekend I noticed there was some problems with people not being able to figure out why they're not in the moment of the chat. And of course, we do know that, or at least most of us may know, when you actually open someone's chat, when you go to someone's live, it automatically goes to top chat. And a lot of people are having issues where they can't keep up, or say they're bidding on something and they're way far behind, and they forget to put live chat when they go in a chat. So we'll kind of cover that a little bit today. And of course, any other questions that we may have in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in now. And if anybody would like to come on and either talk about something you've done this weekend, I basically stayed home and worked this weekend. I got a little rest. Got my drafts done, like I said, and yesterday I did a first live with Jeff. He sent me a message Saturday asking if I'd be able to be available this Sunday. He wanted to do a listing live, and I've never done a listing live before. And so I basically had 18 drafts ready with pictures and all the details, and that's all I would have to do is basically go through it and get the, cross the T's and dot the I's kind of thing. And I did do that yesterday, where I got 3 listed, which I've never done before in a live listing. So I figured I'd give it a try. It was nothing new, nothing that would hurt it, just to try it out. So I did, and it was actually different. I got 3 done, but at least I got something done yesterday, which I was never done before. So it was pretty interesting. All right, let's see here. I'm looking to see, where is my chat for the, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. And I'm gonna get my Facebook open. All right, now I got that done. All right, let's see here. I got the link. Let me post it, pin it. There we go. Let's see, where was I? Right here. There's the link. I found it more fun when a host is like 10 minutes behind in chats. It gets pretty funny. Yeah, it does, because you may be on a totally different comment or section in the chat, and it has been funny sometimes, though. Yeah, 10 minutes behind is my doing good. Yeah, you're right. Miss Debbie, hello, good morning and welcome. Maria, good morning. Like Kate, Dante. Yeah, I have it in my playlist to go back and watch. So yeah, we would never get off that pop soda conversation. Wow. Bima says, so Paul's no longer going to be on the morning show. Yeah, that's basically how it's going to be starting today. I did the thumbnails correctly for the week. Paul and I had a conversation, and we're going to leave it at that. That's it. There's nothing else to say. So we're going to be, still supporting each other. We're still going to be promoting each other. Everyone that comes in the chat's going to be promoted. That's just the way the show's going to be. And of course, no questions asked. But again, the chat is open to anyone and everyone who would like to come on and at least promote your channel, promote something you got going on, whether it is a special event, auction, or a live, or whatever the case may be. This is for everyone. So we're trying this out. I'm trying this out to see how this would work, where everybody is welcome. Anyone who is new or wanting to get a stab at trying to do some lives and be comfortable with doing this. I know sometimes it can be a little intimidating, but yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing in the morning. The morning show is always available for anyone to come on if they want to come on. Good morning, Cheap Finds Gold Mines. How is everyone doing? Great collab this past weekend. I was able to watch all of them. So great a little collab y'all did. Thank y'all for sharing. Susanna's Chronicle. Hello, good morning. Just a beautiful day here in Mexico. Just watched a video fight in Miami airport. Wow. So that is interesting. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Johnny. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing fantastic. Yes.
There looks like there's no wind behind you today.
Just a light breeze. Yeah, it's like 75. There it goes a little bit, and gonna be 100. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Very nice.
He's in the chat, Susanna. So what you had going on this week, and how was that dinner party you went to?
The dinner party was fantastic food, and most of the people were great, but a lot of them were people I tried to move away from. They're the entitled Americans. Oh gosh, but yeah, it was a great dinner. Yeah.
Thank you, little Debbie. It was great for y'all to be in the chat and also ask questions at the same time. Because for me, I thought it was gonna be both of us listing kind of thing, and it turned into more. But that's fine. I had a good time. He did ask me on Saturday, and I said, sure, why not? Usually when somebody asks me if I can be on their show, I'll turn them down as long as I don't have anything planned. And I was available. So, yeah, it was great to be able to be part of it and see y'all in the chat asking questions. And I was able to get 3 listed, but I thought I was going to get more than that done, but it is a little hard to do that. So, yeah. That's right. You're right, Philly. And so, yeah, it was nice to be part of it. I've been on his show before. And usually anytime I'm on someone's show as a guest or they ask me to come on, I do have a playlist in my descriptions below of all my videos. I do have one complete list of every channel I've ever been on as a guest. So, yeah, it was my second time being on his show. So it was interesting. It was fun. It was different. So I was ready, and I was surprised I had gotten 3 listed, to be honest with you. It was a hard little thing to do there, but I got it done.
Yeah, this weekend I went to I was going to go watch a friend out here that he was going to play in a poker tournament. And so I went to the casino, and he messaged me and said, oh, they said last minute they canceled the tournament. So, okay. So I played some slots there and won a little money. So that was fun.
Wow.
Got out of there quick. And,
well, you needed a pace, a different pace sometimes. I need to put that fan on.
Yeah. And then today at 11, my time, go see my vascular surgeon doctor. So see if he knows anything different that anybody else in the world does about this disease. So, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now, is that something you do like a Skype on, or is it something you do meeting in person?
No, in person. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it was. Excuse me a moment.
That's all right.
So yeah, so do that at 11 o'clock. See if I'm meeting him at the Merida Hospital here. That's
cool.
Where he has his office. He's a vascular surgeon there. So, and that's my. My other friend. He sent out a list because I asked him. I said, I saw you did that one video that one time because Corbin and Amy asked me about it, where you went to a flea market and had all these stacks and stacks and stacks of video games that they were selling like 25 cents each. And he sent me a list, and there's like 40 different flea markets in the little city here. Every single day they have different ones at different locations.
Right.
So yeah, he sent me a list and where they're at and what times they do them. So I'm gonna
cool.
Start checking those out, see what they do have here.
Right. Have you ever been around any of the flea markets yet?
Guys. Say again?
Have you ever been in any of the flea markets there yet?
Not here.
Oh, okay.
He did a couple of the videos of some, and yeah, just seems like any other flea market.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they finally opened the ones here, but we've only been there like the first day they opened so far.
Yeah. And I did finally put up the video of Ernesto, the grandpappy. He lives in a little storm drain right here and lives up on the wall. And he was sunbathing that one morning, so I got a video of him.
Oh, wow.
So I uploaded a video of that.
Yeah, I actually uploaded the second video of the kids this past Friday. And then yesterday I uploaded a video of when I got the 300 sub giveaway from Chuck, and my package I got from Dina when I bought some stuff from her. And then I just finished filming one of the eBay stores that I bought out. Filmed it because I already started listing some of the stuff, and I said I better get a video before I get it all listed, because somebody did ask about it. So I went on ahead and did that before I finished listing and taking pictures of those 4 boxes. 40 flea markets, different ones each day.
That is the entire list for every single day and different addresses. Starts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All different locations. And they're all within a mile from me.
Corbin and Amy says, a 40 flea market is different one each day. Make some room in your backyard. We're bringing a tent.
Yeah. Hell, you could rent see, I'm in unit number 6, and they have 5 other rentals that every now and then someone stays there. But I think they rent it out at $17 a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fully furnished Airbnbs. Flea markets, yeah, let's go. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm going to go to my doctor's appointment, and instead of coming home, I think I'm going to find out which one's there right then, because it's usually from 9 to 1.
Oh, okay.
And then 2 o'clock is 2 to 5 is siesta time.
Well, I thought most flea markets open at around 6.
This is Mexico. This is Manana.
Okay.
Time.
Yeah, you're right.
Even restaurants and Walmarts and stores like that here, they say they'll open at 8 o'clock. Well, if it's still at 8 on the number, 8:45, sure, we're open at that time. Right.
Cool. Yeah, Kay says I'm ready anytime.
So I'm gonna hit it today and see what they have. I already emptied out my backpack for my wheelchair to fill that up just in case.
Right, give some room. So this weekend I was able to get some drafts done. Went through some things and listed some yesterday. My goal is to get to 7. I have 2,600 and I think it's like 97 items listed. So my goal by the end of the month of May is to be at least 3,000 items. So
how are your sales? What percentage of listings?
My sales have been pretty good, because I even had sold some stuff that I had for a while that I got at a flea market last year. My average yesterday for the sales I had yesterday was $348. And
do you see a trend of type of items? I'm curious on like clothing or not.
Believe it or not, it's all over the place. I've been doing a lot of figures, like action figures, Funko Pops, and ball caps.
I was curious to see if there's an increase on clothing items or not.
I haven't had much on sales on clothing.
Okay.
I might have sold 2 pieces of clothing this month so far, but I don't have a lot of clothing in my store. Mostly what I have is hard goods, games, puzzles, like Barbie dolls, antique items.
Inexpensively shipped items.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. And then this weekend I had my auction, so I did well with that. It's all over the place. It's not just one particular thing. I am starting to sell more baseball gloves. I have a few left, so I got to find some more. And again, it's like all over the place.
A's, by the way, we're on a 13-game winning streak. Best in baseball right now. Oakland A's.
Wow. So the link is at the top of the page of the chat. If anyone would like to come on, you're more than welcome. It's open to anyone and everyone. And if you don't want to use your camera, you're more than welcome to leave the camera off. Just remember, when you do come in StreamYard, I'd ask that you do have it. But once you enter the room, you can turn it off before you go live. So what you did this weekend besides that dinner party?
Did the casino. And then Sunday I was going to do some items, but then said I better get some chores done, so I changed out my bedding, cleaned up the place a little bit, got my paperwork and all of that stuff ready for today, and what medicines to bring with me, and just stuck around the house. Did get my laundry to take to the lavanderia this morning. So,
Oh, cool. I got all my laundry done Friday. I basically cooked one day of the weekend. We basically just chilled and ate leftovers this weekend. I got a lot listed. I got a lot drafted, and I even put out a couple of videos, and I even filmed another video. So I was pretty busy with that, but again, it was more of a relax. Most of the day between yesterday and Saturday, I took a good bit of day to myself, just some relaxing and some naps. But I got a lot done. Also, Justin, hello, good morning, and welcome to Flipping Accounting. Good morning, everyone.
Sure.
Susanna Chronicle, hey there.
So how are you feeling now after your shot?
I'm feeling much better. It's just that one day. Same thing with Robert. It was just a one-day thing. But after that one day, I'm fine. I haven't had any issues since then. Just that one day after. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I watched earlier this morning. I watched Meet the Press from yesterday, and they had talked about the risk factors on that, and they were saying about the risk, the highest risk person I think was women with a certain type of blood type with blood clots. And
that was actually the J&J.
Right.
Yeah.
But they said the risk, you're actually at a higher risk of getting struck by lightning than you are getting a blood clot with this.
Yeah. Well, they're still doing research on it due to the fact that they are trying to figure out why there's so many. It is a little bit of a higher number than they thought. But again, it's all mostly women with the blood clots. So they're looking into that. But again, supposedly this week, they're going to go right back to starting it again with the new appointments this week. Good morning, Sandra. No, you're not late. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I think they also said compared it with aspirin. Certain people are told to take an aspirin a day, 81 milligrams, like I am.
Right.
So yeah, you're more likely to get a blood clot from that than the shot.
Yeah. Well, they did say everywhere I've talked to, as far as even when I went to get my shot, that's the first thing they told me is you have to take Tylenol. If you're starting to feel that weakness and some of the side effects, I even took it before I left, and it wasn't as bad until, like I said, that morning at 6:15 is when it hit me. And when it hit me, it hit me. But it was like swelling and aching and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like for 2 days. One day it just started creeping up on me, then overnight, and then the next morning it was kind of weak.
Well, from what I'm hearing, it is definitely affecting different people different ways. Because I've heard of some people were sick for a couple of days. So I guess it depends on the person, Yeah. It affects everybody differently.
Yeah. So let's see. Today's what? This is April still. Yeah.
Yep, the 26th.
Yeah. Okay. May, Memorial Day.
And Mother's Day is the second. May the 9th. It is always the second Sunday of May, and Father's Day is always the third Sunday in June.
Yeah, I was trying to think what's going to be selling here shortly. Or
Summer Beach. I wonder how many people still have. I remember watching last year how so many people had these floaty devices, and they were doing real well. They kept buying a lot of it. I'm just wondering how much of that's going to sell this year, because they're about ready to start opening up a lot of the beaches again. Is the video lagging for anyone else, or is it just me? I don't see it lagging on my end.
Chuck, I don't even know what month it is sometimes.
Good morning, Chuck.
Is this still April or May?
And I have to say, I thank Chuck for sending me a message. He sent me a message on Instagram, it was either Friday or Saturday. And he asked me if I did the video on the items that I won from him on his giveaway. And I kept saying, yeah, I did. And I came back that next morning. I came downstairs like, wait a minute. I don't see a video on it. So I guess I didn't.
I thought I saw a video of you.
This weekend,
yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
What happened was I went through my files because I have everything in a file. And one of the files is care packages or items that I won. And I went in there. And once I do that video, I put it in a complete file. And it was not in the complete file. It was in to-do file. And so that's how I realized it. And I'm glad he reminded me because I didn't do it. So I got it done, and then we went out yesterday. So, yeah, thank you for reminding me, Chuck. Clear Thrift, how are you doing, Jesse? Hello, good morning. Good to see you. Agree, Chuck. Don't want to think this morning. It was only Wednesday, and finally it's Friday anymore. Yeah. But, yeah, Chuck reminded me, asked me if I had it out, and he thought he might have missed it. And it's like, no, you didn't miss it. I just didn't put it out. Then I put it out yesterday. So, yeah, it happens. But I'm glad I keep all my stuff in a certain file that way, so I can go back and check. Because I do have a lot of videos that I have not put out yet, so I got a good bit in my little as my backup bank, so to say. But today I did do another video. Somebody asked me for doing the buys that I did through an eBay store that I bought. And so the last one I just did, I had 4 boxes when I bought out Trent's eBay store when he was closing out down his store. And I figured out everything. It came out to like $2.18 per piece. And 2 of those big items were 2 Wii consoles. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. And so far I have 2 boxes.
The weather for the next, it's 79 right now, but it's going to be 100 years old this week.
Oh, wow. 100 twice? Ooh, you got some high temperatures there.
Oh, yeah. But it's nice and breezy all the time.
You're right about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched, was flipping through, seeing what was going on in the news, and I saw that one despicable fight they had at the Miami airport. Yeah.
Good morning, Iris. Hello, and welcome. And she said, I wanted some of Trent's magazines. Yeah, he had a lot of magazines and he had a lot of books. But I didn't get those. I just got a lot of the sealed items, Hot Wheels. I got a good bit of stuff. So I'm going to be going through that. I already went, like I said, I'm going to be putting that video out this week. I also have already started doing drafts and pictures. And that's when I realized after somebody asked me this Friday about it, I said, you know what? I better do some videos on it. So I figured I'd knock it out before I go and start listing everything. It's so far been so good. So we'll see. Jennifer, hello, good morning and welcome. And yes, y'all can drop your links in the chat, by the way, because evidently that episode is done, where the links that you put in have been staying in since this weekend. So you're more than welcome to drop your links into the chat. If you have anything special going on, you're going to drop that link as well as if you want to come on in and talk about or promote anything you have going on your channel or ask any specific questions. You're more than welcome to come on in the tag at the top is already on the top of the chat. I wouldn't call it that, Jennifer. Oh, no. Nobody gets fired. Where did I just miss Andrew? Hello, Andrew. Good morning. Hello and welcome. Just taking a different turn. That's all.
Yeah, the weather here, it is different sometimes. We're about 30 minutes from the coast, but we did have some fog come in one day. But it was still like 80 degrees. Right. It burned up quick.
But what's the humidity like over there?
What type?
Humidity.
High. Yeah. I think it's probably like 80% humidity right now.
Ouch.
But yeah, it lowers.
I have to say that's the only thing I don't miss about Louisiana.
This isn't as bad as Louisiana.
I know. I'm just saying I don't miss it.
Right.
I don't miss the humidity.
I compared it to Louisiana. I remember that staying there for that week, and oof, that was hard to get used to.
Yeah,
never could get used to it. Here, it's bearable.
Right.
To me,
and also just remember, anyone and everyone is always welcome to come on. This is not something that didn't do anything. Johnny wanted to do the direction of the show. That's correct. It's just it was time to do a new direction. One of the things that you need to do whenever doing YouTube, I have been looking at my numbers. And when I say numbers, I'm not talking about just my views. Good morning, my cousin Dory. Hello, good morning and welcome. When you look at your show numbers, this is something you need to do at all times, is keep up on your sub counts when it goes to videos, your lives, if you do lives. And you have to look at your numbers. And if you see that your numbers of your ratings are going down in a consistent number, then it's time to do a change in your show. And that's what I have to do because, again, my numbers were going down in a sense, and it was time to make a turn. You know how when you turn on a highway, this is basically the same thing. And every now and then I do that, and I keep an eye on my numbers, and that's basically what I decided. And I talked to Paul about it, and he said he was fine with it. And again, everyone is always welcome on the morning show. I'm not going to beat a horse down when it comes to questions and answers like that of that particular topic. It's just a matter of the show had to take a turn. The numbers are dropping back on a consistent number, and it took me all weekend to think about it and pray about it, and that's basically what I came up with. So Paul and everybody else in the chat, no matter who you are, you're always welcome to come on. That once the link is in the chat, everyone and anyone is welcome to come on and talk about your channel, promote your channel, and everything that goes around what you're doing, whether it's a special event or whatever on your channel. No one is not to. We're not putting anybody down. We're not putting anybody out. We're just a matter of having to do some changes to the channel. That's all. That might have to be a tough decision. I'm glad you guys worked it out peacefully. And that's what you have to do. And that's one thing I have to say. Paul and I never left our communications closed. We always would talk about something before a decision was made, no matter what. When him and I had to talk about anything, we did discuss it before we brought it to the panel or before we brought it to the chat or whatever the case may be. But that's one thing you got to realize when you have a co-host, no matter who it is or how long they're there. Good morning, Diana's Diamonds. Good to see you. Yes, Pivot. I see you just changed your name. Good morning, Early Bird Picker. And it's not to say that was something bad that happened. It's just a matter of when you look at your numbers, and that's something you have to do on a regular basis with your channel. And if you have, like I have, over 600 lives, and you keep looking at your numbers and certain numbers of your view counts for that show, of your daily shows are going down, then you have to think about it. Look outside the box and do what you have to do it. Pivot, like Donna said, sometimes you have to pivot. Sometimes you have to do changes. So that's all that's happened. Paul and I has always communicated above and beyond everything we talked about. So it was nothing that was just to do. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind when you do have someone with a show that you're doing a co-host with. Keep those doors of communication open, make joint decisions, and do what's best for you and your channel. Don't let it get too far behind in things that you may not be able to control later. And that's just part of being a friend with somebody and being able to support somebody in any way you can. And that's one of the ways you can support somebody. Make sure you check out your numbers. You have to. And that's what we did. We looked, we talked, and we decided. So that's where it's at. And then the morning show is still for you. When I say you, everyone that's in the chat, everyone and anyone is welcome to come on and talk about your events that you have coming up. Anybody who may have questions, we can discuss it, go through it. Again, you always got to remember, anybody and everybody who has ideas, you can take a little bit from each person, and it's what you take from it and implement into your business that'll make it happen for you or work for you in any way you can. We'll recover his ambition. Yeah, he's got his, there's nothing, just we're going to leave it at that. We discussed it, we talked about it, we're moving on. And so, yeah, he's still got his shows. He's still got things going on, and we're still there to help support each other. That's all there is. Good communication is the key for all things in life, and that is so true. And that's one thing I have to say even with Paul, myself, or even me and Trent. When we had discussed something, it was always, we discussed it before anyone else said anything about it, because that's what you need to do. You need to discuss it with your partner, and whether it's lives or whatever, you have to make sure you communicate no matter what it is. So, yeah. So what's your plans for this week, Mr. James?
I am, I forgot. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I hired this English as a second language teacher to tutor me on Spanish.
Oh, cool.
Conversational Spanish. So I think she charges $8 an hour. So I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hour each day. And she has if you do it multiple sessions, it's $6 an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You can't find that here in the States, that's for sure.
Nope. Yeah, so she'll come to me here, and we'll sit and have conversational Spanish.
Paul, you're right. You better take it. You don't see those too often.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Love the support. Love the supportive community. And that's what we need to do. We need to stick together. Hello, good morning, and welcome, Carter. Carter P. Hello, good morning, and welcome. I know, Paul, I'm trying to not to get words. Take it and run with it. You deserve the compliments. I'm not being biased, but really, yeah. Paul that's because he's drinking this morning. He's in Mexico too. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I don't know what else I had planned. I was going to do a wine tasting on Friday the 30th. That's right. It is still April. That's right. Yeah,
it is. Last week.
It got filled up before I could get a spot.
Yeah, this week's the last week, and don't forget, if I think I have everybody's videos done already on all the month, but if you're the first in the chat, you get a pie point, and if you're first to comment on the videos when you go live on the channel, you get a pie point. And right now, this is the last week, and so far, I believe every one of them is taken. You may want to go back and check some of them, because there are some that are a few of them that did not comment, and they may have said that was a comment, but it was because those were bots, and I deleted those. So it should have refreshed it to where there's no comments on some of the videos. There are a few, but not too many. So this is the last week, and you have to be in the morning show next Monday, because that's when we're doing the actual drawing, because the first is this Saturday, and I don't do shows on Saturdays unless I'm with somebody else on another channel, and usually that's very few and far between, except for every other Saturday when I do the Royal Auction with Queen. So next Monday, be in the chat, because when we do the drawings, I will do it throughout the morning show. And I do have, see, the 3 or 4 different flavors of the 12 count box of moon pies that I'm giving away next Monday. So you do have to be in the chat when we do the drawing. That's how we've always done it. And so just to remind you, this is the last week to get those pie points. It only takes one time. So it's up to you on how many times you have it on there. And also don't forget, Tuesday and Thursdays, we will continue the actual brackets for the Hala Dollar Money in Motion. And I need to make a note of myself. I need to put those brackets out before I forget. I said I was going to do that this morning, and that's one of the things I forgot. I need to post a new updated bracket from Thursday. And I'll put that out after the show today, because I need to make sure it's out before tomorrow. Make myself a note so I don't forget. I've been so busy this weekend doing all kind of other things, I forgot. Because I wanted to get that up there, have it posted, because the new one was Thursday. So, yep. Paul is the best. Yes, he is. James, can you find me a VA there?
VA. That's probably some type of pottery, I bet. I'm not sure. What is a VA? Talking about veterans admin?
That's what I'm wondering. Maybe the VA's hospital, maybe?
No. I think she wants some pottery.
Oh, I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah. What else? I know I had something else, but probably just I do not have any more video footage, so I need to go and.
Oh, virtual assistant. Actually, Chuck, this is the continuations of the brackets. We have very few left to go through. I will go through that, and again, I will post that today after the show this morning. I just have to basically have the pictures done. I just got to post them onto the thumbnail of on Facebook, so everybody can see where they're at. And it looks like we could be finished this Thursday if everybody can come in to get those brackets filled up. We are getting down to the wire. I think the first bracket at the top, I think we're on the last 2 brackets. So we already went through 16, then 8, then 4. So I think we got 2 on that one, and then got a good bit on the bottom bracket. So if everything goes well, we should be finishing up this week, hopefully.
Now, virtual assistant for what?
Is that for your eBay store?
Yeah, sourcing person,
or
teach you to use
listings
Spanish,
on products.
For what? Actually, I've always found good VAs on Fiverr.
On where?
Fiverr.
Oh, Fiverr. Yeah, that's the one that did my logo for me. I use that.
But yeah, it depends on what the task is.
Let's see. Right here. If you only pay $6 for a tutor, wondering what virtual assistants would charge. Yes, eBay. Yeah, so it's for her to do for them to do eBay for her.
And she's a friend on
Kay is
a
my
friend
VA.
from Facebook in the group here. She's a teacher from Peru. Now lives in Merida. I'll ask her if she may do something online. Yeah.
Let's see, round 3.
Oh, for listing.
Yeah, they wanted for listing on eBay.
Oh, because I thought it would be $6 for a tutor. We're wondering what we would charge. Yes, eBay. Oh, I missed that last part. It helps if I read the whole sentence.
Yeah,
it does help there. Sorry, Kim. Yeah. Sorry, Chandra. I have no idea.
Let me just take.
I do know they have eBay Mexico and Amazon Mexico out here.
All right, that's bracket 2. All right, in bracket 1, the last of the last four for the brackets, we have a Kajun Reseller and Adam Hartman Made to finish the top part of that top bracket. And we also have Adventures with Victoria and Two Hip Chicks, Dawn and Dawn on the bottom part of that bracket. So that'll be the last two for that one. And then whoever wins that one goes to the winners round. And at the bottom, we have Wendy, Lucky Charms Wendy, and Passports and Pizza Pie. Then we have Kajun Reseller and Ann Austin. And then we have Gino Fines, and that's one thing I need to try to email him and remind him. Gino's Fines and Larry LL Stash. But on that one is the last bracket, so they got a good ways to go on there. So whoever wins out of those two will compete against Victoria. And then whichever one wins there goes on to the next bracket. So that's where we're at right now. So there's 6 rounds at the bottom left. And 2, 3, and 3 at the top. So let me take another picture of that bottom one. Because I forgot.
In regards to costs or hourly wages.
I guess it depends on the area, huh? Or is that not normal for that area?
That's normal for the area. And there's a post on one of the Facebook groups, the Patriot, where it talked. This woman asked, "How much do you charge, or do you pay your live-in nanny? And what do expenses do you pay?" They said the going rate usually is about 1,200 pesos a week, plus room and board. You feed them and cover the medical expenses as well, which is really cheap. And I thought, wow, that's $60 a week, and you give them 1 day off a week. Yeah.
I love the comments. There was one in the chat. Paul made a comment. Let's see. They're talking about the $6 an hour. And then Paul says, Kay's my VA. She uses the best. She is the best and the only one that wants to get paid in pizza. She comes back and says, that's news to me, Paul. And then Paul says, that's a good boss. At least it gets toppings. And she don't eat toppings. She loves just cheese pizza. So, yeah. She doesn't like the pop things attitude. That's right.
I was catching up on watching some of the videos, and I watched hers this morning where she had her sales that she did before she left for vacation. And she's a pretty savvy businesswoman. So props to you, Kay. Yeah. I don't think
she did say in her video she was on last week with Paul. I think it was last weekend, not this past weekend, but before that.
The interview when he did, yeah.
A lot of her sales, they basically use it to fund their money to travel. That's like her extra income for that. Yeah, she saves up when she's ready to go. No more for me on the morning show. She doesn't like the toppings. What's wrong with her? Well, some people just like cheese pizza.
That's the best way to judge a pizza place.
Yes.
Is just eating a cheese pizza, and you can judge them by that.
Yes, Lucky Charms Wendy, you did hear your names. Bemos asked me to see if I can tell everybody who is in the brackets left for this round of competition for the $100 Money Emotion. And you are against Passports and Pizza Pies, Kay. So tomorrow we'll probably be starting in that area to get that bottom bracket filled up. And if y'all in the chat when we start, y'all will go on first.
In fact, yeah, it is time for breakfast here. So I'm going to go fill up my coffee and have some pepperoni and jamon pizza. Ham and pepperoni for breakfast. As soon as I get my leg on.
Ooh, you go, girl. You tell her like it is.
Yeah, speaking of
We'll be back. We'll be back, Perlini. Hello, Perlini. Good morning. Hello, and welcome. Good to see you.
Okay.
What's up, Land Shark Picker? Good morning. Hello, and welcome, Greg. Iris, speaking of pizza, you got it, James. Surprised how many pizzas joints. Yeah, I'm surprised too. We have a good bit of them here in this area here. I won't holla, just a dollar. Will have to be 2. Yeah, we're doing that tomorrow. I will be posting the 2 brackets of where we at now for tomorrow, so y'all can see where we at. And I thought I posted it, but I didn't yet. Philly is about 90% pizza shops. Paul, can you remove that comment, please? Thank you. I need to sell some new stuff. Wow, I thought I got knocked off. Well, actually, that is on the bottom brackets. Believe it or not, let me see the top. I'll go ahead and post them again. You had won. Now on the top bracket, you were knocked off on that one with Adam Hartman, but you're still on at the bottom. Remember, we had where were you? Let's see here. Yeah, we had you in Passports and Pizza Pie at the bottom bracket, and it didn't get done. So you still have to come on and do that one. We'll take care of that starting tomorrow if you have both in the chat. Listed 2 items on Facebook Marketplace last night, sold in less than an hour. Wow, that is awesome. So yeah, I will go ahead and post these 2 brackets. We do have to finish that starting this week, and if it finishes and ends this Thursday, if we don't, we'll just go on to the next week. But usually, so far we've been seeming to get them done in 2 weeks. So if that helps, I will be posting those in the brackets today, so y'all have an idea and looking at them, so y'all can see them. Good morning, Out Country Sales. How are you doing today, Amber? Paul Antonelli, hello, good morning and welcome. But again, the link is at the top. If anybody wants to come in and promote your channel, promote any events that you may have going on, the link is there. You're more than welcome. Everyone is welcome. Rhode Island has the worst pizza, though. They don't even... I have not eaten any pizza other than locally here, and very few and far between that I have any pizzas here. I've been baking my own pizzas lately. They don't have even cheese on it. Sheet of dough. Ooh, I couldn't have that. Sorry. I'm very picky when it comes to pizza because I get heartburn easy if I don't. So a lot of times I do my own pizza. Like this weekend I did a breakfast pizza. It was actually pretty good. Robert likes it. Yeah, it was a good breakfast pizza on a biscuit dough. I listed Lego's car on eBay for $80, our best offer. Guy sent me an offer of $50. I counter offered with $70, and they counter back offer. I hear that. No, that's like lowballing you. That's not good. That would be frustrating, yeah. All right, I'll definitely make sure to post that today. Get that done. Let me see if I can do this on here and show you. We have a good bit of people in here for a lot of the new ones. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen for a minute because I know this was a conversation this weekend in the chats. And I just want to kind of share with y'all some things of when you're in someone's chat, whether it's a live on auction and I just pause this for a minute so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Now you see whenever you go into someone's chat automatically, it's in default. It'll automatically go right to top chat. It's been like that for a while. So if you're going into someone's auction or you're going into someone's chat and you're trying to keep up with what's going on, good morning, Nana Tank. How are you doing this morning? One of the things you want to do is this is automatically a default to top chat right here where you see me circling the top up here. You want to make sure you hit the little arrow down and hit live chat. But one of the biggest things is as long as you do that, you want to come right here. You see this red line under the frame? You want to make sure you hit the word live. Because when you hit the word live, you will be currently where you at that point. I have it muted because I don't want it to be interfering with the morning show. So when you're doing that, you want to make sure it's live and this red bar is all the way at the end and there's this little red dot in live. But you also want to make sure you're in live chat up here. Because that way, if you're in an auction, you're on track of when they're doing an auction. Johnny, have you gone international now? New co-host James. No, there is no new co-host, Paul. So that's how you would do your live shows when you're in someone's chat. You want to make sure this red dot's here and your full line at the bottom is all the way new at the end and current, and then making sure you're at live chat, and that will keep you up at all times on where you're at in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and close that one because I don't want to keep it open and accidentally open it. And then I'm going to show you my phone, and if you're on your phone, and a lot of times I don't that often go on my phone, but the same thing basically, let me turn it sideways so you can see it. When you tap on your phone, you see this little red line at the bottom? You want to make sure it's all the way in the live button at the top right here, at the bottom, this corner. See the little word live and the red dot? If you're on your phone, you want to make sure that red dot's there and it's all the way at the end. And also the same thing on this. When you're on your phone, same thing at the top. You want to make sure you're in live chat, not top chat. So right now it says top chat. You want to hit that little arrow, the little line. There's 3 little lines right here. on your phone, you want to hit those little lines right there where you see on the but next to the X, and it'll give you a drop box, and then you just hit live, and it'll bring it to you live if you're on your phone. You want to do that because that way you are exactly where you need to be in a video, especially if it's an auction, an online auction that you're in, or if you're in a live chat and somebody you're wondering why you're not even with the questions and answers. Sometimes that happens, but that's the two things I want to show you this morning in reference to making sure even on your phone and or your computer, you want to make sure the little red dot is on the word live at the bottom. All right, where was I at?
That's breakfast.
What is that?
Pepperoni and ham pizza.
Where's the ham? Where's the beef?
It's underneath the cheese, like it's underneath. Yeah, it's obscured. But the price. Here was the receipt. I got a large pizza and garlic bread.
$119
pesos.
Okay, Lord Jesus.
So about $6 delivered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nana says, "Good morning. Good to see you, Nana. No
And
school pizza is the worst." I didn't care for that school pizza either. Yeah, that sounds disgusting. There's the link for the 11 o'clock every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I don't know if that's just today or Paul's channel, but that is the morning show that Paul has every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 o'clock.
That is correct. Yes, I got the ajo. Pan con ajo. Oh, yeah. Pan ajo. That's garlic bread. Pan ajo.
Does anyone remember Top Cats? Everything sounds just like Top Chat. Yeah, you're right. Susanna, Lucky Charms.
I don't know why they do that.
Everybody, hello.
I don't know why they have it as
really
default.
Ever noticed the difference between the live chat and Top Chat? And it is a big difference because if you're in someone's chat and they're commenting on a certain thing and you're behind and you're commenting on that certain thing at that time, it can be completely off when somebody gets to that channel. I know Victoria's usually the same way when people are in the chat in the morning. It's a little off where you may be in one part of the topic of a conversation and she's already passed it. So that's why it's important to be in a live chat when you're in, especially on an auction. Especially auctions. You're right about that. Because I seen a lot of it this weekend when I was watching some of the auctions, and it was all over the place. And a lot of people were trying to bid, but they were like already the item was already sold. And so that's why it's important. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to show this morning, because I did see that a lot this weekend. What's the difference between questions and answers? To me, it always seems that the host, not the chat feed. Yeah, and I try to be as fast as I can on some of these, but it depends on the questions. Nice cold pizza. I can't stand cold pizza.
Oh, it's not cold. I heated it up in the microwave.
Oh, okay. That looks good, James Nana says.
And it is very good pizza. Yes.
Song request. Nana's still waiting for that song request. Yeah, Robert loves cold pizza. I just can't do it. Got room on the couch, James. He wants to know if you got room on the couch. Everybody wants to go there with you. Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, Patrick. Love cold pizza the next morning. Yeah, Robert does too, and I can't stand it. I have to at least warm it up in the toaster oven. I don't know about that.
I got down here and I thought, man, I should have done this a lot longer ago.
Well, that's interesting, Bemos, because usually it goes directly to Top Chat when you go into a live chat.
There's no settings, so you can change that.
You got to change it. Yeah, I know when I first started, it used to go straight to live. When they changed it, it automatically goes to Top Chat.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just not one to eat cold pizza, and I'm very seldom to eat pizza unless I make it. We do have a good place here that we do. It's bacon chicken ranch pizza. It's actually pretty good. Does your VA cover stay active in Mexico? Well, he's got a mouthful of pizza. Let's give him a chat. Fast, hot bidding on auctions cannot keep up with the Top Chat if you are a sniper. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, that's why it's important you make sure you're in live chat sometimes, especially if you're in an auction. 3 Pauls in the chat this morning. Yep, confusing.
The VA knows that I came down here, and if I need any major surgery or anything like that, I can fly back anytime and have that done.
Right.
My medicines, it is free to me in the U.S. They won't ship it down here, but it is very inexpensive here. And I have a big supply before I left. They stocked me up before I left.
Oh, okay. So do you get your medicine? You already have all your medicine for the time you're there? You still have to get your medicine monthly?
Oh, yeah. And all I have, I mean, it's bandages. I've got like 12 boxes of bandages for my fingers, beneath and my toe. And a certain cream I have to put on the stump.
Hello, Paul.
And,
Reseller.
Hello, I have the Staph antibiotic ointments where I've got like 2-3 tubes of it.
Nana wants to know, how long are you staying there, James? Good morning.
For today, at least. No plans on going anywhere else at the moment.
Hey,
good morning, David. Good to see you.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today?
Great, and you?
Not too bad. I caught you earlier. I was having my coffee. And was listening to you talk about changes and assessing your situations and looking at your numbers. And, you know, I wanted to come in and share a change that we're going to do because we're very strong here at Two Hip Chicks on time management.
Yeah.
And trying to know when you've, when you're overloaded and when you need to reassess. And
right. Let us know.
Oh, now I'm big.
We want to hear it.
Big now. So we're making a change here. We're still doing the Tuesday and Thursday noon show, but we're going to lay off on the auctions every other Monday until after the summer is over. And, you know, sourcing opportunities aren't quite as plentiful when we have a little more time.
Right.
So we're holding off on the Monday night auctions until after the season, basically.
Right.
So I want to let everybody know Mary's going to send out an email as well, but that's one of the changes we're making because you need to know your bandwidth.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make sure that we're not letting other things fall on the wayside. So
right, exactly.
We'll be putting those off for a while. So
yeah, because Paul and I were talking about that after we had our conversation yesterday. It might have been Saturday. It was Saturday we talked.
Oh yeah.
And he looked at it this way: at least he can get more listings done because it was basically pulling away from him listing in the morning.
Oh yeah.
And you always have to look at what can you do to improve, and that's something you always have to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good morning, Polly.
That's what we're gonna do.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's more time. I also want to put a little more time into pre-recorded videos, and that's time that I could spend on doing those other things. So
yeah, it's time consuming, especially when you're trying to do a pre-recorded.
Exactly. So I'm like,
something's
got to give. So the Monday night auction thing, we enjoy it. It's great. We may do a pop-up once in a while, or go on somebody else's auction, but we're not going to do the Monday night right now. So
right. Iris says, I'm stressing over an invoice I owe. Need to get to the bank and have a package coming today, too. Sorry to hear that, Iris. Perfecting Pearls. Hello, Julia. Good morning. Hello, and welcome. No bulk auctions?
No bulk auctions. Not right now.
Yeah, Paul's been making changes on his channel as well. Yeah. I, too, am making changes. Yeah, I saw that. My label scraper just snapped. Oh, no.
No.
Wow. I was looking at that on Amazon, I think it was, and they even have packs of, I think, 5 or 10 you can buy.
They do.
They come in different colors, yeah.
You must be doing some intense label peeling there.
Yeah.
That's a heavy-duty.
That's a lot. Good morning, Adam. How are you doing this morning? Balding Pal Picking. Good morning, hello, and welcome. So I sit here and price out old baseball cards in efforts to not sure to stress myself out. I hear that. You got to do what you can to take care of yourself.
Exactly.
Me too. Stopping my zip it and list it on Wednesdays. Need more time for myself and for doing pre-recordeds. There you go. Pammy is saying, hello, Dawn.
Hello, hello, hello.
My Two Hip Chicks scraper. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Dang it. You are doing some serious scraping there, buddy.
Yeah, because I do a lot of scraping, but I haven't broke them yet.
Oh, no. I use it in conjunction with a small heat gun. That helps.
Well, I usually what I do is I only start it off like at the corners, and then I gently pull it by finger. But yeah, I've been pretty good with mine. Roy grabbed this. Oh, that's her email. Okay. What's up, Laura?
Nothing.
Had a label scraper. I probably need one. Hair
Just
dryer
coming
yeah.
to let you know that this week we are back on Melanie's channel.
Oh, okay.
So Tuesday and Friday, Melanie.
Are y'all still rotating?
Yep, we are. So this is Melanie's week. Next week will be mine. So we'll be on our usual time, 7 Eastern, on Melanie's channel.
Oh, okay.
Everybody come by. We always have fun. I know we're going to have Horizon back soon. That's the label scraper.
I love it.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad you're still doing that, guys. Because that's
cool.
I try to catch them whenever
I
can.
Yeah, we enjoy it. We have a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and we do enjoy the auction stuff.
Yesterday I was on Tiffany and Scooter's channel.
Very cool.
So,
very cool.
Yeah.
You still there? Hello?
Yes, it can get you behind too. I know I'm behind. That's what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day.
Yeah, I got all my orders packed and ready to go. All my auctions this weekend is ready to go. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but I enjoy it. I just saw Thrifty Junker. Hello, good morning and welcome. She retracted her message. So I don't know what it was. There it is. Good morning.
So Johnny, I know you said you were taking the show in a new direction. So what's the big what changes are we gonna see?
Well, I'm gonna play it by ear every day. The way I was talking about it, we're not gonna be doing actual what?
I just said okay.
Yeah. It's just gonna be a change that I wanted to do. You know, Paul and I had talked about it. It's nothing that no one did. I'm not going and running stories or anything like that. It's just a matter of it's a change that a lot of people do on their YouTube channels.
I heard a rumor.
You did? What?
Yeah. That
Good morning, Swamp Picker.
You wanted to do something that Paul didn't want to do, which was clothing optional Thursday. And so
I did not want to do that. That's why. Yeah. That's all Paul. If Paul wanted to do it, I told him to go for it.
Yep. The show is going clothing optional.
Clothing optional.
That's how rumors start.
Can't wait to see that. That'll be fun. Yeah.
It's just a matter of I want to showcase other channels. When I first started doing my lives, it was always not only just interviewing somebody, but always having somebody different to where you got to get to learn more about another person that's starting YouTube or have questions about starting. You have a lot of people who say, I haven't done any content yet, which means that eventually they will.
We do have a lot of those.
When I first started over a year ago, which I'm not going to say what date because that's going to be part of my 1,000 sub giveaway questions. But anywho, I used to do shows where it was always somebody different that came on, and we basically talked about what their goals were, if they had questions, if they've just starting and all kind of stuff like that. So it's more of gearing to more of the group in the chat of those who come to support the channel, but also promote them, help them get their subs and things like that.
Okay.
And that's what I want to do more of. Instead of it being more of a formal 2 guest, here it is, and that kind of thing. So yeah, I just heard rumor that can ruin people's lives. So very sad. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Don't believe the rumors, obviously, because
and that's one thing you cannot do.
So,
yeah. No.
But it's Monday.
It can hurt you. So yeah.
Yeah.
So in point of that is just that's we decided. I talked with, and again, before I even said anything, before I did anything, before I did my thumbnails, I had to talk with Paul, and him and I discussed it. And so it's not something that I'm just throwing out in the wind. You know, this is something I will always, no matter who I'm co-hosting with or whatever the case may be, I will communicate with that person till the end. But when I say I have to do something, I want to do something, you have to do that in any portion of a show you do, no matter who it is.
If there's anything that
I was just wondering, you know, because I think since I've been around,
I'm sorry, what now?
Have you always had a co-host since I've been around?
No, I did not have co-hosts when I first started.
No, you didn't.
Nope.
I was going to say,
I don't think I've been around that long.
Yeah, I've been doing shows now. I actually started on the evening shows and a Saturday show. Now, Saturday, Larry was my co-host on Saturdays when I first started.
Okay.
I was going to say that there's nothing. If I've learned anything from multiple years of therapy, is communication is key.
Yeah.
So in any relationship, no matter what it is, being either business partner, love partner, whatever, you talk to each other and you get this stuff worked out.
I agree.
Don't just go around talking to everybody else about the problems you're having with
Correct. And again, that goes back with, even though before Paul and I have been talking throughout the questions and answers and things like that in the background. The biggest thing is you have to have that open communication, because that's the worst thing that can happen and hurt someone when it comes to co-hosting or you with somebody in a show, is that if you don't communicate with that person, it can hurt you in the long run, because then you're going to have all these rumors. And if you don't talk to that person, you never can resolve it. I even had to sit down with Robert, because I'm like, this is what I'm looking at. What are your thoughts? That kind of thing. And then he brought it to my attention on how when I first started, I was by myself. I always had somebody come on as not considering a co-host, but a guest. And so you have to do things sometimes to try out, like test the water, so to say.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And a lot of times it's in trial and error, see what works. And it's always important, if you want to grow your business, no matter if it's YouTube or whatever, you have to look at the numbers and see what's working.
Yep.
And then again, you have to make that decision, but also talk to your co-host. Just don't go behind somebody's back and say things, because that can hurt you in the long run.
Yes, Paul, therapy. I highly recommend it. Some get more out of it than others. You get out of it what you get into.
I think I'm too old for
Thank you,
therapy.
Good morning, Glenn.
I do. I think I'm too old for therapy.
Oh, you're never too old. Because your situation changes and things happen.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's correct. And that's why, like I said, we talked and until everything was, we decided like that. And before I even had the thumbnails done, him and I had already discussed it. So it wasn't like, a slap in the face saying, no, I didn't tell him. We didn't talk. We didn't discuss it. So it is important that you do that. Excited for it, Donna. Looking forward to promoting it. There you go. Communication is a key no matter what. And you're so right. I will do it.
Donnie, I'm a very direct person, and I'll just ask you flat out.
Well, again,
I just wasn't sure what the changes were.
Right, and it's just a matter of not doing an actual co-host format. I'm going back to the old way I used to do it. It was more of come on in, share your thoughts, questions and answers and things like that. I'm trying to go back to a comment I saw from, I can't find it. Somebody made a comment about YouTube coming back. Oh, here we go, Donna. She said, launching my new YouTube channel this weekend.
Cool.
Launching my new YouTube channel this weekend. Old channel has been around since 2011, but it is this focusing to totally different. There you go. Okay. You have to do things that's best for your channel. And again, it's nothing no one did. It's just a matter of you have to sometimes make those changes. And the best thing is talk to. Huh?
What Kay said right there. Got to be able to adapt to grow.
Yeah.
You got to be like bamboo and be flexible. Yeah. You're like,
things down on the bathroom wall, Misha. Yes, indeed. And it's always important to do that. Me and Johnny had to have a lot of conversations because of some people. Yes, and that's one thing you have to do. And that's one thing, if I hear from someone saying this, and this, I'm on the phone with Paul. Hey, Paul, look, let's talk about this, And you have to do that. You cannot listen to the rumors because it can hurt you in the long run, and you have to do what's best for you and your channel. It's like a business. You have to make decisions, and before it gets too bad, it gets too worse where you're really going to lose it and you can't control it anymore. And you got to be able to adapt, and you're right.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
I don't live with Mary. Thank God.
Him and Mary have a love-hate relationship.
I always got a lot of questions about moving down here. I said, how are you going to handle that? I said,
just do it.
And that's something you have to do. Again,
different. I said, I adapt easily.
Yeah, you have to.
Plus, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those Americans. Yeah.
And again, everybody does things differently for any particular reason that helps them grow. And that's what you have to do. You have to always be ready to grow and change. Loose lips sink ships. And you're so right about that one. Paul not co-hosting anymore. That is correct. As of today, I'm not doing any co-host format. It's more of Paul can even pop on when the link's in the chat. He can pop on it just like anybody else. Him and I had a long conversation this past weekend before I even did my thumbnails. So that's why I, basically reached out to him before I even made a decision. It was just something you have to do sometimes. Oh, yeah. I finally made a Bitcoin purchase yesterday, James.
Good job. It's at 47. I thought it was going to drop a little bit more. My threshold was 45, but it never got there. But it's already at 53 now.
Are you just doing Bitcoin, James, or are you doing Dogecoin as well?
I'm doing other things. I'm not into Dogecoin. I didn't get into it, but I'm looking at another one. Safe Moon.
Never heard of that one.
I do day trading. With Bitcoin mostly.
Cool. Very cool.
But not lately because my thresholds have not been hitted yet. I'm not hitting where my buy point's at yet.
Yeah.
So I just sit back and wait.
May I talk about the Kajun Navy? Wait, Johnny. May I talk about the Kajun Navy? I don't know how to go into live. At the top of the chat, in the blue box, there's the link. If you tap on that box, it'll drop down. There's the link to come in the StreamYard. If you tap on that and come on in, you're more than welcome. That's my cousin Dory from Louisiana. I could not believe how many there were.
Yeah, there's a lot of different crypto.
In any affair is very important. Yes, it is. Good morning, Patrick. Hi, and good morning. Hello, and welcome. Isn't Amazon creating their own crypto? I don't know about that. I never heard of that one.
I know China is. China is starting to create their own digital currency, and the U.S. won't be very far behind in creating their own digital dollar.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'm hoping. I didn't say nothing because Friday they signed all the papers to the house, the condo in New Orleans. So hopefully today it gets finalized. It's been crazy this last month.
I can imagine.
But as of this weekend, yeah. So we're hoping it goes through this morning.
Well, I'm going to pop out. I just wanted to say hey and share that.
Did you get the links for the $1 this week that I sent out?
I believe I did.
Okay. Because I sent one of the week ones and I didn't put the link in, so I want to make sure I sent you the link.
I'll let you know if I didn't.
Sorry. Good morning, Emily.
Let you know. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
All right.
Talk to you later. See you tomorrow.
Later. Yep. Bye. Good morning, Emily. Thank you. It has been a long. Oh, there's my cousin.
Tomorrow.
Later. Yep. Good morning, Emily. Thank you, Paul. It has been a long. Oh, there's you my have cousin. To close your YouTube. Later. Yep. Good morning. Hi. Close your YouTube. I'm going to mute you until you get it done. Yeah, you have to close out your YouTube itself. You can pop out the chat with the 3 dots at the top. That's the first time she does in the chat, so bear with her.
Perfect to learn, yeah.
Yep. Learn here. Don't be too upset. You will still see me in chats and in the morning shows and the bake sales. I mean, the holiday. Paul and I had talked about it. He is always welcome. It's just something that we had to do for the morning show. That's all. Yeah, she still got it open.
Yeah. She'll get it.
Yep.
Hey, Johnny.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to get out of here.
Okay, Laurie.
And just remember, Melanie's channel.
Don't forget to put the links in the chat, but go ahead and talk about it before you leave. Go ahead. While she does that.
Okay, tomorrow night, Tuesday and Thursday, we are back on Melanie's channel. I don't have anything else planned for the week.
What time?
7 p.m. Eastern. And that's Melanie Lightbeam's Treasures. And I'll put it in the chat.
All right.
All right.
And that's going to be at 7 o'clock on both days?
Yep, both days.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. She must have her side muted right now. Either that or she's frozen. Okay. She might be frozen because I don't see her moving.
Possible. She may have closed herself down instead of the other one. Yeah. I'm going to start hitting those different fleet markets and during the afternoons at certain times. I'm going to start taking a look at the different parks they have here.
Pro.
So they have all kinds of different vendors and parks I see as well.
Yeah. Emily, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome. The link to come in the StreamYard is at the top blue box of the chat. Anyone is welcome. Yeah, tonight, I've been trying to stay up late on some nights to go into other chats. It's been a while. And so I'm going to be probably trying to stay up late tonight to be in, I think it's Joey's live tonight. I'm trying to skip days on who I can go into. Last week I did like Tuesdays and Thursdays, trying to stay up. So I'm trying to support the other ones that are up on later. Not every night, that's for sure. I can't do it every night, but I'll do it every other night. Yeah.
I did have a piece of cheesecake and some coffees the other day at that one Italian coffee company. It was just okay.
Just okay? Wow.
It was just okay.
Uh-oh. I've just figured it out now. Philly is spending his morning taking baking class. Let's see. Paul says, join Julie, Susanna, and Des with brunch. Every one of us anyone else who wants to come in and talk every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. There's his link. Go ahead and check it out. And don't forget to hit the reminder. Can soon. Okay, cool. Emily, it would be nice to have you on. Everyone is always welcome, but yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. Ready
okay.
For my doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody have a fantastic day. So I'm going to have one here.
I ended up burning myself trying to fry donuts. Oh, those are beignets. Good morning, Mark.
Yeah.
All
right,
so have a good day. Hopefully all your appointments go well.
Yeah.
Today is National Pretzel Day. They got something on every day. Melanie and Light Beam. There's their auction link. So I have to mute YouTube sound. Yeah. When you come on, what you have to do is either mute it or turn it off after you come on the live stream. Where am I? Where is that? Here we go. Yeah, whenever you mute it, you can actually mute the YouTube or just pop out the chat. There's 3 dots at the very top right-hand corner. And if you tap on that, it'll bring it down the way you can also open pop out the chat. But when you come on, you have to mute the YouTube because you actually are on StreamYard where you hear everything. If you want to keep up with the chat, you can also do it in the StreamYard. Misha Renee says, good morning. Good morning, Sandy. Hello, and welcome. Yes, take care, James. Paul says, Johnny, you and I should do a reseller's business show. That sounds good to me. Good morning, everyone in the chat. Good morning, Sandy. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. When you get backstage, you can see things through the stream. Yeah. Then you can, once you come in, you can always close it after, but before you enter the StreamYard. Because you'll be able to hear us through and in the StreamYard itself. Hot Mess Thrifter Amy, hello, and welcome. I will try again. Come on in, girl. Anyone want to mod for me today? I need someone to type sold in the chat on my offer ups. Okay. That's today at 3 p.m. Eastern, am I correct? I'm still looking for Class B RV. There she is. And then go ahead and mute your YouTube.
Okay.
There you go. Loud and clear. Welcome. How are you?
Hi.
See ya.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
I've always saw you live, but I did all your pre-recordeds, but I've never seen you live before. So that's cool.
Yeah, this is actually my first live, so I've never been on live YouTube before.
Welcome.
But so that's better. So that way I can. So I'm Dory.
Video this weekend, Yeah,
I'm Dory. I go by Sola Seller. I'm actually located in Terrebonne Parish in Houma, Louisiana. I wanted to come on live to talk about the events that we have actually going on in my area.
Tell us about it, baby girl.
So the national news is actually not picking up. There was hey Nanatink. There was a offshore accident in the Gulf of Mexico. I believe it was 9 miles off the coast of Port Fourchon, which is a big offshore hub where anybody who goes offshore will go out of Fourchon by boat. And there's a helicopter pad. So anybody who has to get to rigs will go through Fourchon.
Yep.
So basically about a week and a half ago on April the 13th, there was bad weather that came in. It was unexpected. They didn't realize it was going to be as severe as what it was.
Right.
And there was a lift boat that went out trying to get to a platform through Port Fourchon. Well, what happened was the boat flipped over. It's a jack-up boat, and basically it has legs, so it floats by boat, like how a boat works. And when it gets to the point where it needs to be, it drops the jack-up legs, and the boat actually raises up. That's called a lift boat for people who are not familiar with the oil field.
Grandma used to call it a spider boat.
Yeah, because it looks like spider legs. Right. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, there was a 19-man crew on that boat. There were people who did not survive the accident, but currently there are actually 7 men that are missing. They believe that they could possibly be in the marsh areas of Terrebonne Parish. So if you're able to go to the United Cajun Navy, it's a volunteer organization. Literally today, they're leaving out of Cocodrie. There's videos that they've been posting all morning long. I've been sharing them on my Facebook. They're run by donations from everyday people. Mm-hmm. Politically, whether or not you're a Trump supporter or not, Donald Trump actually donated $10,000 yesterday to try to help, because they're having to provide gas themselves, but through donations. It's disheartening because the governor of Louisiana issued a statement saying that, pray for these people, but they're not sending them any federal resources. Like they're basically just running on their own boats being fueled by donations that people are giving. Yep. People are donating food, and it's just really sad. The father of one of the guys was crying and just like begging people for help. And it's so heart moving, Yeah. So, and then I made a donation. I've been posting on my Facebook, like $1, $5, like anything. Everybody gives a little bit, and it makes a difference.
That's so true.
So, but they actually found yesterday. They found a life jacket, and and a water bottle, and they're searching the marshes. So like they kind of like ropening off in different areas, and they're trying to track what areas they've been in, because that way they don't have people searching the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
So
Kelly is right too. Kelly was saying that the Cajun Navy was also a big help in the Houston after Harvey.
Correct. Yes. You just have to make sure it's the United Cajun Navy, because there are multiple organizations and not everybody is affiliated, but it's the United Cajun Navy. Just make sure that it's that one. Yeah. But they helped with rescuing people in Houston after the hurricane. They helped rescue people after Katrina. And that's all people that are using their personal time and personal boats to go out and just help the community. But they do food drives. They do multiple things other than like search and rescue. So it is a very good, it's good to bring attention to those organizations that are doing good.
Exactly. And if y'all haven't checked out Doria's channel yet, Jennifer just posted in the link in the chat. Go ahead and subscribe to her. She's also done a couple of videos where I think it's the last one you just did was talking about that as well.
I did, but I actually went in and I deleted a lot of stuff because I kind of wanted to do like a revamp. Maybe I shouldn't have deleted it. I don't know, but it's okay.
Yeah, don't ever delete your videos. You might want to do it as unpublished or private, because you lose your subscribe count or sub count and your view on if you do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just watched it this weekend.
Oh, okay. Well,
so I made it before you deleted it.
It was me talking after I worked the overnight shift. So I was kind of just like, I was like half, like I was exhausted. I've had a rough week this week, but yeah, I mean, I've been posting updates on my Instagram. On my Instagram, I go by Reseller also. And I just, I've been glued to whatever updates they come up with, because I just want them to find these people, even if, just so the family can have closure, even to, because it's just a horrible thing, but people don't realize. And one of the guys, Christopher DeRuin is his name, and he's also been given updates. People don't realize the coastal erosion that Louisiana has experienced. And he even said on maps, you can look on a map and you see these islands like Last Island and Wine Island, and you think that those islands are there because they're still on the map. But when you go in person, it's nothing. It's open water. And we're talking 10 feet, like 10 feet of water above a barrier island that used to be there. And people don't realize that. They don't realize that.
Doing the Christmas tree things every year, it's still not helping.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And people don't realize that, without the barrier islands, the Gulf of Mexico was basically eating up the coast of Louisiana.
Yeah.
It's conservationists,
Yep.
And then also they're having to try to go through NOAA, the New Orleans, the National Oceanic Association, because they make trawlers use what's called a TED device.
Yep.
So if they come to a situation where they're trying to recover, unfortunately, a body at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico, they need to be able to dredge with the nets. And if they have a TED attached to the trawl net, not only do they lose their catch of shrimp, if they find someone, they're just going to come right back out the other side. So they're hoping for like an exemption to be able to dredge without having the TED, but because it's a federal regulation, they have to get NOAA to give them approval.
Yeah.
To do those things. And
Real
so,
quick, do you have a direct link for that?
For the United Cajun Navy?
Yeah.
It's actually unitedcajunnavy.org.
It's not coming up.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
United Navy.
United Cajun Navy.
Oh, Cajun Navy. I have it back.
CajunNavy.org.
.org. Oh, there's a Facebook page.
Yes, they have a Facebook page.
Yeah, I don't see an actual link to donate.
I have it. It's on my Instagram, and my Instagram it's public. So if anybody wanted to go to Sola Seller on my Instagram, I did link a picture with. They have a Cash App, PayPal, direct link through I think their website.
You on Solar? The same as your name is on Instagram as well.
Yes. Yeah.
I should be already on there with you.
Yeah, I think you are.
There it is. All right, let me see if I can find the link here. That didn't come out right. So there we go. I clicked the wrong thing. Now let's see. You said on your link. There we go, right here.
Okay.
I don't see the actual link though.
Let's see. It should be a picture.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
I'm gonna copy that and put it in the chat, and let's see.
Okay,
if that
thank you. Thank you.
Here's the link to the page that she has on her Instagram, and see if that works. Let me know. That's what I just found with her Instagram. Jennifer just put it in the chat. It's actually the link. The one I just put was actually the link from that Instagram page, and when you open it up, it's got all the information there. I don't want to have to close that one. Louisiana Cajun Navy. That's the wrong one.
No, that's the wrong one.
Yeah. All right. So I just linked it there so that we got that picture, whoever that is. So yeah, there it is. And if you can help out, there it is. Donation. There you go. Look, Mark already found it. Thank you, Mark.
Awesome. Thank you.
Let's see.
Yeah, I didn't want to try to get out of here because I would wind up closing it and then.
Yeah, that's okay. We got it.
So thank you.
Yeah, there's the link. I just subbed to you too, Donna. So good to see you.
Hey, Emily. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So yeah, she's my cousin, and we one day met in another chat, and I've been watching her channel ever since, not realizing they were cousins. One day we went, I think it was Victoria's channel or somebody, we were just chatting back and forth, and next thing you know, we started asking questions, and that's how we found out we were cousins.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Wings of Love, how are you doing this morning, Tammy? I'm going to go live today at 2 p.m. I haven't made a link yet. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's called a bumper when people make the picture. Before you make the actual video, you have that picture that comes up on your YouTube video. Is that what's called a bumper?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of new to YouTube. A lot of things I still don't know. I'm not good at edits. It's kind of learn as I go.
The link is in the chat. There you go. Good morning, Fishing and Picking. Serious question. Why doesn't the national news pick up that kind of story like this? I'm not sure why.
I don't know. And look, I'm going to tell you, when it first started, when they called Mayday, right? So the Coast Guard went out to the flipped over boat. They're saying, and I'm just going by what information that I gathered from me watching the videos. They were saying that 3 people were holding on to the side of the ship.
Why?
And if you think of it, it's basically it's a 3-level compartment with a flat deck. Okay.
Yeah.
That whole thing was flipped on its side. So part of that flat deck was literally sticking out of the water. Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 men were hanging on to that part of the deck. One guy jumped out. The Coast Guard rescued him out of the water. There were 2 people that were still hanging on. So that's why they think it's possible that not everybody drowned.
Right.
They think there's 2 survivors, and that's kind of like gave them hope to look. But the dad of Dylan Despot is one of the guys. The dad, his name is Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott was going to hire his own divers to go in to try to see if there was an air pocket that's possible, even though it's submerged with water. One of them could have been in there, anybody.
Right.
The Coast Guard refused to allow him to use his own dive team.
Oh, wow.
Coast Guard only searches above water. So it got to a point where the Coast Guard called off their part of their search, and then they allowed what they call salvage divers or divers or the ones who actually go in, and they said they have to go by feel, because in the Gulf of Mexico, the sediment, the water is so murky.
Yep.
It's not like they can just have a flashlight and look. They have to feel everything.
Yep.
And unfortunately, they did find 3 people, I believe, three or 2 people that they didn't make it out of.
Right.
That unfortunately.
When I was working offshore, that was one of the scariest things when I was working for the company that definitely did those type of boats.
Yeah.
And it is so scary when those wheels, those legs go up and down to get settled in.
Yeah.
One wrong settlement that boat can tilt.
It's unstable. Yeah, it's unstable.
Yeah. So I know when I worked for that one particular company, it was scary, but I was so glad when I made it home and I got done with that, I was never going back on one of them boats again. It was scary.
Yeah. But I believe like locally, Fox 8 News has picked up the story and they're covering it. But and maybe I think David Muir with ABC News at Night, they did like a segment, but they just, political reasons, I don't know. I don't know why they're not covering it to try to get that information out there that these people are still missing.
Right.
So it's just, it's hope for the best, and pray. If somebody has will and drive, we were even saying, is it possible that they could have made it to somebody's camp? If they could have made it to a camp, they could have made it to a camp in the marsh, and possible they could have, do what you got to do, break into somebody's camp until you have no communication. So you have no way to you have no flares, you have like no flags, you have no paint, nothing to try to bring attention to yourself. So somebody could just be in the marsh at somebody's camp and they're just waiting.
And they have a lot of those out there.
Yes. And then they have abandoned wells. They have, they have a lot of abandoned wells in the marsh.
Yep.
But then, so yesterday, the big news about yesterday was they found a life jacket because it's tagged that it comes from the C Corp lift boat. So they know that the life jacket comes from that particular vessel, and that they said the way that the tie on the life jacket was cut, they can tell that it was cut like with a knife. So they're like, somebody had to have cut the life jacket to get the little beacon flashlight. It's like a safety flashlight. It's supposed to like mix like a strobe light if you happen to hit the water, so I guess you can see somebody from the air or what have you. So that's kind of what made them have hope that it's possible that somebody could have, and we're talking like, I think they said 65 miles away from where the boat went down.
Oh, wow.
Because of the current. The current will, anything above the water will float with the wind, anything under the water will float with the current.
Correct.
So they're it gives you hope.
And what's
I pray.
When you go offshore like that, and anywhere you work offshore, they always do these drills that you have to practice, or they call it a drill. And that's the first thing you have to do is you have to grab your life jacket when something is happening. And so you have to go through the motions without actually pulling the light or whatever. And so it is very scary when you're going through those, even if it's just a drill. Your adrenaline's going up so fast that you got to hurry up and think quick and get out of the way. And I tell you one thing, it is not easy to work offshore and not know what to do in case of it actually really happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the living. That's what the life is down there, working offshore, making that money on the water. I knew someone who knew I knew someone, he knew the sound of the bad engine on a helicopter. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. But yeah, they're living out down there. The waters, the marsh, the offshore rigs, all that. That is part of Louisiana's living. Hello,
Economy.
Dan
Yeah.
Anthony, man. Hello, good morning and welcome. Good to see
Hey
you live.
Dan.
Yes,
Hey
you
Dan.
see. Now everybody has to put a name with a face.
Yeah, this is my first live.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's just I just wanted to bring awareness to the situation because it's kind of like it's big, big news here, and it's not being. Oh, I just sold something on eBay just now.
Cool.
I got a little cha-ching went off on my phone. But
For those who may not know too much about you, go ahead and tell everybody a little
okay.
bit about yourself. Again, she is my cousin. We actually found out we were both in the same type of field now through an actual auction live chat that we were both in, asking each other questions, and we realized we're cousins. So I didn't know that she was also in the same thing I'm doing. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do in your channel.
Okay, so my name's Dory. I'm located in Houma, Louisiana, which is in Terrebonne Parish. I'm right above the coast of Gulf. I'm right above the Gulf of Mexico. If you were to look on the map, Terrebonne is right above the Gulf of Mexico. I've been doing eBay probably for about a year and a half, and I started out with for me just a way for me to make extra money. And I'm kind of enjoying that as a learn as I go. Same thing with YouTube. I'm not really familiar with how to do a lot of things, but it's a learn as I go. I'm 44 years old. I don't have any children. I have a little dog, and basically, I started YouTube as kind of like a hobby to give me something to do when I wasn't working, and it worked out. I enjoy it, and I just kind of like learn as I go and go from there.
So the only platform you sell on is eBay?
No, actually, I do eBay. I've got moved into Kitizen recently. It's kind of where you sell children's clothes. And I got into children's clothes because yard sales and thrift stores, you can find kids' clothes for like 25 cents and 50 cents.
Oh, wow.
So I could turn 50 cents out of yard sale into sometimes $12, $15. So it was a buy goods at a low cost, and you can get a little bit of profit off of it. So that's
now,
how I started with that.
I do have to ask this question for those who may not know. What is this you do with the feeding the hunger in Houma?
Oh, okay. That was that's basically I don't issue the food. I went because they were doing a giveaway, so I went for like other family members, and I just wanted to kind of document that they were doing that, and I think they kind of did that because of COVID, because of the community with the layoffs, and that we're widely supported by the oil field. That a lot of people were out of work, and they did food distribution to kind of offset those hardships that people were having.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked out her channel, she did a couple of videos on this already, and basically she would even go to the civic center that's in the Houma area. That's where I was born and raised. And so yeah, there is a lot of things that the community does there, and they usually do it in a big bulk type area now where they help a lot of people there. Unfortunately, because of the lifestyle that they have as far as offshore, a lot of people depend on trawl boats to make their living with seafood and trawling and things like that. Speaking of Louisiana, here's another one I just recently met. Very great support of the channel is Celestine, and I'm saying that correctly, Celestine Lyons. She's also from Louisiana as well. Thank you so much for the comments.
Nice to meet you.
On my shows. It was funny, and it was great to see you commenting. So yeah, and that's one of the things in Louisiana. A lot of people depend on trawling and offshore and things like that. And so, yeah, that's a big industry down in Louisiana. Now, granted, people ask all the time, when I say I'm born and raised south of New Orleans, believe it or not, there's a lot south of New Orleans.
There's a lot south of New Orleans. I think like with Katrina, a lot of Katrina, because, Katrina devastated New Orleans so badly, New Orleans took the national spotlight in the news. But all it takes, because of those barrier islands not being there that I spoke of earlier, is a hurricane can come in even 100 miles east of Terrebonne, and we're still going to get flood surge from that. So it affects widely. When a storm comes into the Gulf, it affects widely.
Yes, it does. And when it comes in, it comes in.
Yeah. And you're at the mercy when a storm is coming. I mean, yes, you do have, it's not like an earthquake. You do have notice to prepare. You know that it's coming. But when it could go from a 2 to a 4, in a matter of like an overnight. You can wake up the next morning and they tell you you have a category 4 hurricane coming to you. And then what do? It's like you have to decide that you're going to leave.
Katrina was a good example of that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right.
But as far as the oil field, I mean, there's sub businesses that sub companies that can make a living off of. You don't necessarily have to be working on an oil field production platform. There's the airport. There's like sub companies that sell parts and gas and oil to those platforms. So it's different. There's different legs that come out of the oil field industry within itself.
Exactly. Good morning, Callie. How are you doing this morning, Luis?
Hey, Luis. Nice to meet you.
I just dropped her link again in the chat. If you see right there, it says @SolarSeller. That's Dory. That's who we have on the show this morning. That is my cousin from Louisiana. What common related relatives do y'all have?
I believe my grandfather and your grandmother were brothers and sisters.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. I knew Sola was from Louisiana. I couldn't hear her. I can hear her accent. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, that's how we figured it out one day. We were in the same chat, just chatting along in the chat, and we started talking about where I was from, and she said the same thing, and we just started talking, and that's how we realized we were cousins, and we just kept talking ever since. So yeah.
You can't deny Louisiana accent. It can't be hidden.
Well, Celestine, I didn't realize you were not Wrench. So guess what? You're Wrench now. I'm sorry I missed it. I don't know how that happened, but you got it now. Where's my Cafe Du Monde? That's in New Orleans.
Cafe Du Monde is in New Orleans, like
the French Quarter.
No, not Royal Street. It's in the French Quarter, but there's the street that passes between the Riverwalk, Decatur Street. Okay, yeah.
And there's one also on Veterans Boulevard, and there's one in Metairie.
Mall.
Yeah.
I think in Lakeside Mall.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they just put one not that long ago before we moved. They put one in the park. City Park. Yeah. They won the contract for it. So yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
Cafe Du Monde is some good stuff.
Yeah, they have some in other areas too, and you can buy the actual stuff. We can hear you talk Cajun to each other, yeah. Yes, it's
I do not know how to speak Cajun French, although
I don't
my grandparents,
when we were growing up, they wouldn't let us learn.
they spoke Cajun French when they wanted to talk about stuff that they didn't want the young kids to know what they were saying.
I look at that today, and it's so sad because there's so much in that generation that we missed.
Yeah.
Which again, I understand they used it as a goal for their conversations for us not to understand.
Yeah.
But in the long run, it hurts the actual heritage of the Cajun. Yeah.
I kind of wish that as a child that they would have spoke to me in Cajun French, because then you would have grew up learning it like you would learning how to speak,
Yeah, that's exactly it, Celestine. That's all I knew was the curse words.
I was trying not to say that part, but yeah.
And that's sad, but it's true. Yeah, the pig Latin of that, yeah. And it was so sad because, again, like I said, you go to school and you learn this one French, but the Cajun French is totally different. Mm-hmm. And without being able to pass it on to generations, it's dying. It's just not there hardly anymore. And that's the sad thing about it. But, you still go on and still have some of the traditions that you do in the Cajun life.
Another thing, too, that
Good morning, Boris and Natasha. How are y'all doing? Great collab y'all did this weekend, by the way. The videos. And if anybody has any questions for Dory, go ahead and put them in the chat. Being she's here to visit with us this morning, and it's an honor to have her here.
Thank you.
She's always in the chat. And so it's good to be on here. It's the first time live. So y'all usually can catch her pre-recorded. And this is her first time going live. That was such a great time. Yes, it was. I really enjoyed watching everyone's collab video too. It was a little different, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Different to be able to keep up with that. I can't speak it, understand it a lot, but I sing songs in Cajun French. Oh, wow. That is awesome. Full tour of my mother's house ended up happening. Oh,
Oh, that's nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
We are doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. Oh, Johnny, thank you. We were appreciating having the lots of guys. Yeah, it was really a cool collab y'all did. It was actually nice that y'all did it back to back as premieres. Love seeing the lights for the first time too. Yeah. My grandfather's family was from Acadia.
They actually started in Terrebonne. They actually started a festival around Halloween time that they call it the Rougarou Fest.
Yeah.
And
let's see. Kelly says my grandfather's family is from Acadiana, but they were sent across to the areas like New Hampshire and in that area. Somebody made a comment to me about that the other day. That I know some of our family came from this area, like from Nova Scotia, but
yeah,
there were some here that I've heard. So I don't know if I haven't met any one of them. So yeah.
Yeah, like my grandpa, unfortunately, like he's passed now, but he did the family tree of our name, which my last name is Berg. So he did the family tree and traced it all back all the way to England. And when they got exiled, they came to Nova Scotia, Canada, and through like the Louisiana Purchase, which is history lesson, people got pushed down, all the way to what's called Louisiana, what's known as Louisiana now.
Yeah.
But if you know, the Louisiana Purchase went all the way up through the middle part of the country of the United States.
Right.
And some names, like one particular name, people changed their names, and they also changed spellings of their names because they tried to avoid persecution and being arrested and educational reasons. And there were a lot of different reasons that the Cajun people were treated so severely badly, and they had to go down to like Acadiana and what's now Cajun country because they had no other place to go. They were like the outcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting on the history of the family, because when we were doing it, I did it as a school project, and it was really interesting. But we did it on both the Berg, the Smith, and the Dupree side. And it's amazing on how you find out who you're related to that you might have went to school with, and you're like, oh, wait, we're related. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there were changing of spellings of names, pronunciations of names. So there's so many different variations of a family name that extended from one original name from that time.
Yeah, because I remember back on the Smith side, we went back as far as they changed it from Brown to Smith.
Yeah, that's a big change.
Yeah, that was a big change. My mom and I do the family genealogy. Yeah, we did the genealogy where my mom even published a book on her side of the family.
Okay, that's interesting.
Trace my daddy's family back to the French. Yeah, my dad actually still is doing it now. I do have some of my work that I did. Back when I was doing it, I had a thick notebook of like different information that I was doing, and I actually have a program that my dad and I kind of keep up with each other on that information for that side of the family as well. Same in my heritage last name change. Yep. Perlini. So it wasn't cool to be a Cajun in those days. I live like Cajun country now, but I enjoyed it when I was growing up. I stayed in Chauvin, which was my grandmother on my mom's side. That's where I learned how to crochet. I learned how to cook. Spend a lot of times with my grandmother on my dad's side of the family, where she had in Bayou Black, in that area. We went to she had a farm in the back of her house, and I used to go every summer and go with her and help her pull the crops from the farm that she had. So I enjoyed it, where I even stayed as far as down to my great grandmother down in Cocodrie. So I really enjoyed it because they lived off the land and the Chahans.
Everybody had gardens.
My grandmother was a Chahan from Chauvin and Cocodrie. That was my mom's side of the family. That is so interesting. I didn't know that, Kelly. Learned something new. But yeah, Chahans is on my mom's side of the family. All right, everyone. Well, I think it's going to be time for us to get ready to close out the show for a little bit here, because of the fact that I do know that Paul comes on at 11. My numbers are dropping right now, so I don't like to keep it dragging too long. The best beaches in Louisiana, Holla. I have not been there in years. Wow. I'm trying to think what was the other beach we went to where you have to go down. I cannot remember the name of that beach we used to go to. I am an uncultured one learning a lot right now. Yeah. And again, the best thing about it, though, is when my family lived off the land, and it was amazing where we had some great food. My grandmother taught me on how to cook different meals. And when you're living off the land, you learn a lot how to survive. My uncle would take and build the crab traps to get crabs, or he would go out and it's amazing. They would do the skin and things for companies and all kind of stuff. My maiden name is Dory. Dortree. A few different spellings of the name. Oh, cool.
Doherty, possibly.
Doherty. So again, let everybody know what's going on your neck of the woods, on your channel. Are you having any videos coming out soon?
I'd like to actually. I'm sorry. I'd like to get into what sold videos, and kind of like, not say thrift with me because I don't have a GoPro and I'm too shaky probably to try to use my phone. But maybe I can combine segments together once I learn how to do editing. Other than using the edit app on, I think it's called iMovie that I use on my iPhone.
Right.
But it's very basic. So it's kind of like I kind of have to educate myself on maybe how to get better with edits and to make it have a good flow when I do a video.
Nana says you said it right. You pronounced her name right.
Doherty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have any plans coming up and any videos coming up anytime soon?
No, not immediately. I've been, my work has been crazy for me. Oops, did it log me out?
No, you're still here.
Here, okay.
You must have any of you know the LaCour family? Not me.
No, let's see. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I'm sorry, my screen went black. No, but I do have a lot of things that I found thrifting. Of course, like everyone else, thrifting is the fun part. So I have to get to listing. So now that I finished with I'm doing a 7 and 7 schedule with my work. So now I'm on my week off. So this week, my goal is to list.
Right.
Can't sell it if you don't list it. So
that's right. It. Patrick says, don't forget, he's also looking for the movie Falling Down DVD, not Blu-ray, for the $100 Money in Motion. Also, don't forget that I'm going to be posting it this afternoon after the show's over. I will go back and put those brackets on the Facebook page so that you don't forget and be able to check it out. Also, don't forget that if you try to reach me in any way, shape, or fashion, have any questions or anything you need to know, there's my link tree. It has all of my social media pages and links there. That way you can reach out to me there. And of course, don't forget, every Tuesday and Thursday is going to be the $100. We're still in round 3 right now, so we hopefully can get those brackets filled. And then again, don't forget, this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern is Bingo Fun Night at 5 o'clock. It's free to play. And then Wednesdays is the Hump Day Auction. And so at this point, there is a Acadiana Family Genealogy group on the Facebook that was very helpful researching my family lines. Yeah, they do a lot of that. And again, we used to do a lot of I was in the Genealogy Society in Houma. And I tell you one thing, when we had the meetings, it was amazing on how many people I met growing up in the Louisiana area with that. And it was a great, Father Abraham had a lot of great books that he put out for the genealogy. And so, yeah, that's a big thing in Louisiana with doing genealogy. So with that being said, thank you. Don't go nowhere, Dory. Okay. As that being said, as I always say before I end each and every show, love always. Love is always free. Please, please, please be kind to one another until we meet into another chat. Have a fabulous and blessed day, evening. Until next time we meet again. See y'all at Bingo this evening. Later.
Bye.